You're listening to the All-American Actors Podcast, episode 77. In today's episode, get ready to learn my secret strategies to voicing your name with confidence. That's coming up next. Ready to go behind the scenes and learn what it really takes to build a sustainable career as a working actor in the U.S. film and TV industry? Join me, Katherine Beck, your All-American Accent Coach, as I give you the insight and inspiration to take action on your career. Learn my best tips and tricks to performing with an American accent, and hear from working actors and other industry professionals to give you a comprehensive overview of this biz we call showbiz. This is the All-American Actors Podcast. Before I dive into today's episode, you may have noticed a name change to the podcast. I'm going back to the All-American Actors Podcast, and I wanted to take a moment in this episode to explain why. So if you recall, back in November, I changed the podcast to the Voiceover Business podcast. And that was because I felt like I wanted to talk about more things than just the American accent, and also teach voice and expand my reach from just working with actors to working with all sorts of people. Now, that's not going to change. I'm still available to teach voiceover, podcasting, and work with all sorts of people, so not just actors, but for the podcast, I really wanted to go back to where it originated because I absolutely loved the direction of it. And I got the opportunity to interview so many incredible actors and industry professionals. And in reality, the bulk of the people that I work with are actors. So it only seemed fitting for the podcast to go back to its original name. And the content will still be similar because here's the thing. When I teach the American accent, voice is involved. And for my actors, it's not just about learning the American accent. It's about performing with the accent. And it's also about the business side of things, of being a personal brand, getting yourself out there, standing out in your niche. So there will be a lot of topics and things that I discuss and people that I bring onto the podcast that will not only appeal to actors, but to other people as well. So if you enjoy the podcast and you've loved some of the episodes that I've put out there, you're still going to hear lots of the same sort of similar episodes and topics, but it's just going to be under the name the All-American Actors Podcast. So even if you are not an actor and you enjoy listening to the podcast, you're still welcome to, and you will get so much great value from it. And in fact, even before I had changed the name to Voiceover Business, I had a nice little following of people who were not actors who said, you know, I'm not an actor, but I just really like your podcast and I get a lot from it. So the name is really a small part of what the podcast is all about. I'm really here to educate you, to inspire you, to ignite you to take action, to think forward, and to feel confident and empowered to use your voice. So whether that is for an audition, or it's to step up on a stage and do a TED Talk, or it's to get up on TikTok and do a TikTok using your voice. It's all the same. It's all using our voice, whether it's in an American accent or your natural accent. So we'll be talking about all those things here on the podcast. It's just going to be called the All-American Actors Podcast. All right, so today we're going to be talking about voicing your name with confidence, because here is what I have observed in working with so many actors and non-actors over the year is that, gosh, we really struggle to say our name with confidence. And let's get real. We say our name a lot. Every single time we get introduced or introduce ourselves to someone, we say our name. So you got to remember that it takes about 6 seconds. That's about all we have for someone to decide if they want to keep listening to you or not, or to just tune you out. So the delivery of your name becomes so crucial. And I always say we can hear your thoughts inside your head. So if you say your name with hesitation, it might sound like this. Hi, I'm Katherine Beck. So can you hear how it sounds like I'm questioning who I am and if it's okay that I'm Katherine Beck? You try it. Say your name and experiment with how it would sound if you were thinking inside your head this thought. Is it okay if I speak? Try that. It's kind of like, is Katherine Beck really my name? Right? It's weird, isn't it? But if we shift that inner dialogue to my favorite voice declaration, which is, I have something to say. I have something to say. I want you to breathe and I want you to think that thought inside your head. Think, I have something to say, and really own and feel with great pride saying your name. Hi, I'm Katherine Beck. Try that. Now, what did you notice? For me, I noticed the pitch go down at the end of my statement. And what that gives us as the audience listening in, we hear you and instantly you sound confident to us. And guess what? You're probably feeling more confident too when you say it that way. Now, will this always happen automatically every time you say your name? No. It can. The thing that you need to remember is that you got to practice. And thank goodness we say our name all the time. So the next time you say your name, I want you to tap into your awareness. Set yourself up with your voice declaration. You can use mine or you can use your own, whatever feels right for you. And you're going to see over time, you're going to feel and sound so much more confident, because here is the thing. Here is the thing with confidence. Confidence comes with a certain level of knowing. It comes with consistency. And it comes with practice. And thank goodness we say our names a lot, so you've got plenty of opportunities to practice. So my homework assignment for you is to go on, get out there, and get practicing. Because what happens if we just continue to say our names without any confidence? Think about how it is perceived by the listener. Because I guarantee you, they're forming an impression of you. They are filling in the blanks based on your delivery. If you sound hesitant, we may think you're a hesitant person. We might think you're hiding something from us. We might think you're scared, nervous, or insecure. See, we fill in the blanks. So start thinking about how you want to be perceived in that moment. How you think affects how you speak. So start from there. And I promise you, it is going to be transmitted through your voice, through those sound waves, through the vibrations. We're going to hear it, and we're going to connect with you. And that, my friends, is the power of your voice. That is how you say your name with confidence, with pride. So go on and try it on for size. So, remember my little homework assignment for you. You're going to get out there, get on Instagram or TikTok or somewhere online, introduce yourself, use that voice declaration, say your name, say what you do, and say whatever else you want. Maybe ask your audience a question. And don't forget to tag me in it if it's on Instagram, or let me know how you go. Send me a DM at Katherine_Beck_. Because it's one thing to listen to this podcast, it's a whole nother thing to start putting all of this into action. All right, that is it from me. For now, actors who are in the podcast house with me on this episode, join me live Wednesday, 18th of May, 7 p.m. Sydney time, as we're going to be doing some Mastering the U.S. Audition. So if you want to join me, attend the live training and have the opportunity to work one-on-one with me as I coach actors on how to create authentic American characters that will stand out in U.S. auditions. I'm going to be selecting 3 people, so if you want to work with me one-on-one, make sure you register now. All you need to do is head over to katherinebeck.com/masterclass, and I will see you there. And remember, if you love this episode, go ahead and let me know. Take a screenshot of the show, share it with me on your Instagram story, and tag me in it at Katherine_Beck_. You can find me there. If you got any questions or topics you'd like to hear on the podcast, send me a DM and let me know. And coming up next week on the show, get ready for a very special interview with one of the most iconic Australian actors of her time. Susie Porter, who currently can be seen in the feature film Gold, starring Zac Efron. Now make sure you share this show with all your actor friends, let them know what's coming up next week, and invite them to tune in with you and learn how to become the all-American actor so you can be the working actor you dream to be. Until then, go practice your American accent, and I'll see you back here next time.